Guys, welcome back to the channel. So pretty much done with the early signing period. We probably won't get anybody else in this period here, and so we got 18 signees if I'm not mistaken. And according to 24/7 Sports, I believe we had the 16th ranked recruiting class, which, that's not awful. It's not terrible at all, especially when you consider that we went 4-8 2 years ago, went 5-7 last season. We don't have an offense coordinator in place, all that type of stuff. For us to go out there and put together a pretty decent class, better than the majority of the country, still be right there in the middle of the pack in the SEC, second in the East. I mean, that's not something to be ashamed of. Of course, probably not as high as Pruitt would have liked it to be, but at the end of the day, I don't think that this staff is all about class rankings and that whole deal. I mean, they're really about just getting the best players that fit their system that they can get. And I think that Pruitt's done that. I think we've gotten bigger, stronger, faster everywhere across the field, across the board. We've gotten bigger, stronger, faster, better. Then we got a few steals in this class. I think guys like Elijah Simmons, D tackle, 6'2.5", 350 pounds. Kid's a daggone bulldozer. He's a monster. He's going to be a problem once he gets up there with Coach Fitzgerald and gets his body right and learns to play the game and all that deal. He's going to be a problem. Will he contribute for us next season? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not going to put any limitations on these kids, but definitely a guy that down the line I really expect him to be a big time player for us, potentially an NFL guy, and super excited about him. Super excited about Roman Harrison, another 3-star guy, but he played D tackle. Really, he played nose guard in high school, and he's playing 5A football in Georgia. So that's not, it's not like he's playing against a bunch of little kids out there. He's playing against some pretty big boys, and he's getting double teamed every play. He's only 6'2.5", 240, and still he's unblockable. Still unblockable. I think he's very underrated. He's a guy that if he can learn the scheme, learn the system, learn what he's supposed to do, learn how to play outside linebacker in a 3-4 scheme, he comes in next season and is a huge contributor for us. And he probably starts opposite of Darrell Taylor, who just came out and said he's coming back next season for us. So really like that kid a lot, man. I think he's going to be a monster. I almost look at him as another Corvaris Crouch. They're very, very similar builds, very similar body types, very similar players, if you ask me. Both strong as bulls, very athletic guys, just freaks of nature. I think both those guys are very similar. And if we do land Crouch, it's going to be a thing of beauty in the future watching those two play opposite of each other for years and years to come. So, that's very encouraging. Like what we did in our secondary, brought in 2 safeties, and Jalen likes to go by Tank McCullough, big time guy that turned down Bama to come play for us. So I feel like if Bama's offering the guy, he must be a pretty decent ball player, loves to hit, loves to do the whole deal. So really like him a lot. And Tyus Fields, man, I like him a lot too, like what he's doing. Just like the whole class, man. I think we have a lot of potential, a lot of hidden gems. Very anxious to see what this Gerard Means is going to do, this 3-star receiver that kind of came out of nowhere, but got great measurables, 6'3", 215 about, and runs a 4.4 40. Very raw from what I understand. So I think he could be a diamond in the rough and really help this class in the future for sure. And just think we hit on a lot of key needs. If we can add Darnell Wright, we have him and Wanye coming in here. That's 2 big-time offensive tackles we added. I think Jackson Lampley, like I've already said, is a very, very good old lineman. Have him in there, and then the other 2 guys, Melvin McBride and Chris, whatever his last name is. Those 2 guys are, I don't want to call them projects, but they may have the most upside. Those guys are both new to football. I think Melvin McBride's only been playing football for 2 years. And then the other guy, Chris, has only been playing for, I think, like 3, maybe 4 years. So they're very new, very raw, still learning to play the game, still learning their bodies, learning how to use their strength and all that deal. So those are guys that down the line could really turn into something nobody really foresaw just because they're so raw, and so new to the game. So excited to see that development. I think Coach Hand will really get them going and get them, really reaching their potential. And just super excited to see it. But yeah, man, think that we really have us, the potential to really do something with this class. I think we got enough pieces in all the right places. I think Wanye will come in here and start for us next year. Just really think we did a good job, and I really want to make this video to kind of speak to everyone that's been talking bad about Pruitt, and just saying he can't recruit, he can't do anything, he's an idiot, and fire him and stuff. This class isn't bad, guys. Like I already said, this class isn't bad, and we still can climb higher if we add Crouch and add Darnell. All of a sudden we're just outside the top 10. If we add that, and getting Eric Gray is another huge thing. I think he's going to be a freak. He's very Alvin Kamara-esque. Doesn't blow you away with his speed. Doesn't look like he's running very hard. He just nice smooth runner, but makes you miss and has great balance. Can catch out of the backfield. He's going to be a great playmaker for us in the future. I mean, he's going to help us out this next season. I'm pretty sure of it. But people talking about Pruitt in this class and all that stuff. I'll tell you what. I trust everything Pruitt's doing. If Pruitt goes out and offers a guy a scholarship, guess what? I trust that guy can play ball. I trust that Pruitt's done his due diligence, that he knows who that guy is inside and out, knows his personality, his demeanor, and everything about him, and trust that guy enough to come in here and play the game the way he wants him to play the game. And so if Pruitt's offering guys, I say, hey, that guy can play ball. I don't care how many stars he has next to his name, none of that, because Pruitt knows what he's doing. And like I said, I think the guys he's brought in, while they may not be the flashy guys with all the 4s and 4 stars and 5 stars and all that stuff, he got in the guys for the system. He got in the guys for the system to do what he needs them to do, and so he can call games the way he wants to call them. And I think that's very, very important. Something that is really essential for any new coach to do is to get his guys in there, regardless of stars, get guys to fit their scheme. A team you can look at is Vandy. Coach Derek Mason came from Stanford, was D coordinator there during the years, and they're really good and had one of the top defenses in the country. Came to Vandy. We didn't have the personnel to run 3-4. Okay, we were recruited to run a 4-3, right? So we didn't have that personnel. And we struggled that first year. We struggled a lot, but as you've seen, he's only been there since about 2014, and we're 2018 now. As you see, his teams have gotten better and better because he's been getting his players in. He's not getting all these all-world recruits. They have the lowest class in the SEC right now, by far. It's not even close. And the players we're getting are way better than those guys. But at the same time, they fit what Pruitt wants to do, and you're going to see a huge jump as these guys continue to develop. We're going to get much better, and recruits are going to start getting better and better and better too. We're going to start getting better recruits that fit the scheme. So just trust the process, guys. We're going in the right direction. Something else to think about too. You look at a team like Clemson, who won the 2017 national championship, and are in the playoffs every year. Go back and look at their last several classes. They're not a team that's always top 10. They're usually a mid-teen recruiting class, but they get in the right type of guys that fit their scheme, and they develop those guys. And so that just goes to show you don't have to have the best class in the country to have the best team in the country. A lot of these 5 stars don't pan out. Okay, a lot of these guys don't end up being big-time ball players. Okay, I saw a stat going around Twitter the other day. Half the first-round draft picks, literally 50% of the first-round draft picks in 2018 were rated 3-star or less coming out of high school. So, the stars, they don't mean everything. They don't tell the whole story, okay? And, if you want to do a little experiment, then go to a recruiting website and look at some guys. Go look at some guys that were 5 stars. Several years ago, and see where they're at now. A lot of guys that maybe were household names at the time, they ain't doing nothing now. You're like, where is this guy at? Where's this guy at? Because those stars don't always mean everything. So don't get so caught up in that, guys. And just please, I'm not saying this to you guys because a lot of my followers I feel like are faithful Vol fans, and don't say a whole bunch of nonsense about the team and about the program. But I'm so sick and tired of seeing Vol fans on social media and stuff just bashing us at every chance they get. Oh my gosh, we're 6th in the SEC East in recruiting, or whatever, in the SEC in recruiting. Oh my gosh, only 17. This guy can't even recruit. Can't get OC. Like, I'm so tired of hearing it, man. Like, if you guys hate Tennessee that much, then why are you still a fan? Stop being a fan, okay? Stop getting on here complaining and nagging about it, okay? Shut up and support your team, okay? Like, I just get so tired of it, man. I hear about it all the time. I'm so tired of hearing about it. But have a tremendous amount of confidence in this team and this program. Can't wait to see what we're going to do next season. Can't wait to see who we bring in as our new OC. I got a feeling it'll be Steve Sarkisian. But, don't know for sure. But that's just, to me, it makes the most sense in terms of who's going to be available and who may have a connection with Pruitt, and kind of what he's trying to do moving forward. But, we'll see. But, we'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on this class. How do you guys think this class is going to shake out? How you think they'll perform? Who you think will be the big-time playmakers for us in the future? And do you think we really have a chance to land Darnell Wright and Quavaris Crouch, and maybe even one more surprise big-name guy? Who knows? But, yeah, thanks for watching, man. Talk to you guys later.